So I want to share something with you real quick before we jump into the podcast. So lately I've been hearing this more and more from women, and it's something I went through myself. So these women have been working out regularly, they know how to work out, and then they hit their menopausal years and things just aren't working anymore. They're gaining weight, their body composition is changing, and they feel soft because of muscle loss. And it's not necessarily because what they're doing is wrong. It's just that their body has changed and no one ever showed them how they needed to adjust for that. And I remember this too. I hit menopause and my body composition shifted and not in a good way. My legs were squishy even though I was still working out. So I had to change the way that I worked out. And it's because of that that I'm working on a brand new program called the Menopause Muscle Building and Body Recomp. It's specifically for women 40 plus who are already lifting. They want to keep lifting heavy, but they want to learn how to do it for their new menopausal body. And they want to learn how to actually support their body nutritionally through menopause, especially when it comes to eating enough protein, how to recover, and how to change their body composition. I'm starting this as a beta coaching program, which means it'll be a small group, it'll be more hands on, and those women will get early access and beta pricing, which I will finalize everything soon. If that sounds like something you want to hear more about, there's a link in the show notes to join the waitlist. And being on the waitlist doesn't lock you into anything, it just makes sure you get the details first and you have the option to jump in at the beta coaching rate if it feels like a good fit. All right, let's jump into today's episode. Welcome back to the Fit Chicks and Hormones podcast. I'm your host, Angie Marone, and I'm happy to have you here today. So I want to give you a little heads up. This episode is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do because I want to share my own menopause journey, like some of the things that I've gone through, and what worked for me, what stopped working, and what I had to finally change to finally see results, because my body right now at 53 is nothing like it was at 25. It just isn't. And I've taken all of that knowledge and that information and everything that I've learned, and that's how I kind of shifted the way that I work with women. Even in the past 5 years, I kind of feel like I've shifted a little bit of my focus to different things because I've seen things have to change in my own life. And as these women are going through the same thing, like we're all going to go through this journey, right? We're all going to go from perimenopause to menopause, postmenopausal. It may look a little bit different for everyone, but still, there are certain things that you need to really be focused on. So if you've followed me for any length of time, you know that I've always talked about gut health and hormone balance. Like the science is out there. It says that this is where you need to focus if you want to feel better, if you want to have those hormones balanced. You have to focus on gut health, which leads to hormone balance, which actually gets rid of a lot of the symptoms that you may be experiencing. That is first and foremost wherever you need to focus, because while we're going through midlife, our estrogen, our progesterone, testosterone, these are all shifting. They're declining, right? They're all over the place, then they're going down. And those hormones, they're not just affecting your cycle. It's not just about your period. It's not just about that 1 week a month that's being affected. No, they affect everything. They affect your metabolism, they affect your sleep, your mood, your digestion, your ability to lose fat, everything. And your gut health is deeply connected to all of it. And you may not realize this, right? Maybe you have, if you've been listening to me, or maybe somebody's told you at some point, or you've seen it, but your gut is actually where a significant portion of your hormones are metabolized. So your gut health is going to affect your hormones. There's even a specific community of gut bacteria called your estrobolome. Estrobolome, there, you said that right. Its primary job is to regulate how your body processes and recycles estrogen. And when your gut health is out of balance, your hormones are out of balance, and everything else falls apart, okay? So when women come to me and they talk to me and they're struggling because they're feeling exhausted, they're bloating, the scale's not moving, their clothes aren't fitting, nothing is working, that's when we start with gut. We start with the gut, the health of the gut, number one. Because if you heal the gut, the hormones begin to respond. It's the foundation of everything else that everything else is built on, okay? And that's where I had to start. Like when I was going through all this stuff, I was like, okay, I need to focus on this. When I was in my perimenopausal years, I had to do a lot of that because I was also going through all this inflammation from living in a moldy house, right? So I had to restore my gut balance, right? But that's not all we need to focus on. Yeah, you need to start with the basics, right? You need to eat good food. I've talked about this many times, so if you don't know, you can go back and listen to a lot of my podcasts, but you need to eat real food. You need to move your body. You need to get good sleep. You need to drink your water. You need to manage your stress. And I will never say those things don't matter, because they do. They're the foundations, right? These are non-negotiables. They are things you should be doing every single day, no matter what. They are where you start. But every single woman is coming into this journey from a different place, right? Some of you maybe have been dieting for years. Maybe you've been under eating. Maybe you've been exercising, like you're over exercising. You're doing lots of cardio and you're working out 7 days a week. Maybe you're trying this program and then you're trying that diet and then you're doing this. Like you're doing all kinds of different things and you're never sticking with anything. And maybe some of you are very busy caring for aging parents or everyone else, and your own health has been at the bottom of the list. I don't know how many times I talk with people that is where it is. They're like, I'm tired of doing everything for everybody else, but I struggle with saying no and feeling like I have to take care of them first. I just had a conversation with somebody. They're like, I know that I need to take care of me first, but it's so hard to say no to other people. But guess what? Eventually, you're going to be so burnt out and exhausted, you're not going to be able to take care of anyone, right? That's why you need to choose you first. And maybe some of you have actually done the work, like you've done the things. You are eating clean. This is where I was. You're eating clean. You've cleaned up your nutrition. You're working out like you should be. You're doing all the things that I talk about and teach. You're practicing all those lifestyle habits, but you're still not seeing the results that you want in your body. Again, that was me. It was me. When I went through menopause, so my cycle stopped, I was done for a year, hit postmenopause, boom. It's like I ran into a wall. Like nothing worked anymore. I think I've talked about this before, like my body felt squishy. I felt like my muscle completely disappeared. It was just, my body was just not responding, but I was doing all the same things that I had been doing before. I did not change anything. My body just went, sorry, we don't have a cycle anymore, and now this is happening. And I had to really stop and take a hard look, like, okay, what, if I'm doing what I think is everything right, what else could I do differently? I had to really have a talk with myself. Like, I can't keep pushing harder because that's not making me feel better. It's actually making things worse. So, just to take a little step back, I want to give you a little bit of science here, because I think that when you understand, and I always talk about this, like the education piece, right? The science education, when you understand what's happening, it's easier for you to want to approach it, right? And you understand why you should be doing those things, okay? So when your estrogen drops when you're going through menopause, one of the biggest changes that happens is muscle loss. There's actually a term for it. It's called sarcopenia. It's where you start to slowly lose muscle mass, and it accelerates even faster after menopause because estrogen is playing a key role in helping you maintain the muscle mass. Testosterone as well, but we're losing a lot of estrogen, right? And it is known that women can lose 3 to 8% of their muscle mass per decade, beginning in their 30s. And that rate accelerates even higher after menopause. And less muscle means a lower resting metabolic rate, which means your body literally burns fewer calories at rest. And this is what I want you to know if you're trying to lose fat, okay? Muscle is what we call metabolically active tissue. The more muscle you have on your body, the more calories your body burns, even when you're doing nothing, okay? So when muscle goes down, your metabolism goes down, and suddenly doing all the same things that you were doing before, they are not working. And it's not because what you're doing is wrong. It's because your body is changing. So you have to focus on what your body needs at that time. And that's what happened to me, right? That's when I hit that wall and I was like, my body, no matter what I was doing, my body just kept holding on to fat, regardless of all the workouts that I was doing, regardless of how I was eating, because I was losing that metabolic engine that was making fat loss possible in the first place. So my body was no longer losing fat, and it was losing muscle, which made my body look not the way that I wanted to, right? And when I figured that out and thought about it and did some research and dug in and learned more, I was able to make some shifts that actually started making things move again. Like my body went from being squishy to tight and toned, which is what I'm sure a lot of you are wanting, right? And that's one of the biggest shifts that I had is I had to go from I'm working out and doing all this to lose weight to I want to build more muscle to help my body burn fat and be metabolically healthy. Because when you think about it from a place of you're doing it to lose weight and you don't see that scale move, you get frustrated and you want to give up. But when you focus on building muscle, getting stronger, and you see progress in that, your body changes, you feel more confident, all the things happen, even if the scale's not moving, but your body looks completely different. So many times I've had my clients say, scale's not moving, but you know what? My shirt's baggier, my jeans are baggier, my clothes are loose, right? And that's what we want. That's ideally what we want. Or I feel muscles. I have a bicep. My bat wings are no longer shaking anymore. Like that is huge. That's what we want. It doesn't have anything to do with the scale. So we need to stop thinking about losing the weight and building the muscle. And when I say building muscle, I don't want you to get in your head like I don't want to lift heavy because I don't want to look like a bodybuilder or get bulky. You're not going to. I guarantee it. Okay? And that's not what I'm talking about. We don't need to do that. Maybe if you want to, that's okay, but you don't have to. But when I say that I want you to focus on building muscle, we want to change your body composition, the way that your body looks. We want to increase the ratio of lean muscle to fat on your body frame so that your body looks different, it feels different, and it actually functions differently. That's when your clothes fit looser, right? You have more defined shapes. You have more muscles you're feeling like I talked about. That toned look that all the women talk about. Toned means you have more lean body mass. You have more muscle and you have less fat. And then you feel strong and confident, okay? So when I shifted from I got to do all these things to lose weight to I'm just going to focus on building muscle, getting stronger, my body changed a lot. And the scale didn't change a ton, but my body changed. I now have biceps. I now have triceps. Like I see my quad muscles again, my hamstrings, like things that I haven't seen in years, especially when I went right through menopause and everything was just a big old mush. I was looking through pictures the other day because I always take progress pictures just like I have my clients do. And it was probably about the time, maybe a little bit after, maybe a year after I was going through menopause, I went through menopause. I was like, oh my God, my body didn't even have shape. It just looked like a big old blob of, I don't know. I was like, what is that body? That's not my body. But now it's different, right? And not only that, but I have better energy. My metabolism is working. I can eat more food and I don't gain weight. And that's the woman that I want to be. Not 20 pounds lighter. This is the woman that I want to be. Feeling confident, feeling good, feeling strong, seeing my muscles grow, getting stronger, seeing those numbers go up on my weightlifting versus seeing the scale go down. Okay? Excuse me. And getting strong, like I never realized how important feeling strong would be to me. But feeling strong right now is pretty incredible. And I want you to look at it like this, like you could be the woman who can pick up their grandkids when you're 70, 80 years old. You can carry your own groceries. You don't have somebody carry them for you. You can get off the floor without having somebody help you. You can get off the toilet without having to push yourself up, right? There's so many things that being strong and having muscle do for us that if we just shifted to that, everything else would fall into place. Okay? So then this also goes along with if you want to build muscle, how do you need to do it? How are you going to do it, right? First, you need to have the right fuel because you cannot build muscle if you are not eating enough food. And if you are dieting, that's not going to work. If you're dieting, you're also not going to be able to maintain hormone balance. You're also not going to be able to feel good and have good energy and all the things that you want. Your body's just going to be in stress mode. So we need the right fuel and the right amount of fuel. And this is the number one thing that I see women are missing out on, and it's that protein. And you're probably hearing me talk about it a lot. You're seeing a lot on Instagram, on Facebook, all the things. But most women are not eating enough protein. And it is literally the building block of building muscle. After every workout, your body needs protein to rebuild and repair the muscle fibers that you worked. Without it, you don't build. You're just breaking down muscle, which leads to more fat. Okay? So getting your protein dialed in is 100% one of the most impactful changes that you can make. So you're building the muscle and you're eating the protein. Even without doing any type of strength building to begin with, or strength training, you still need to make sure you're eating enough protein to maintain the muscle that you currently have, so you're not losing it. You need it for your energy, your metabolism, your body composition, your hormones. You need to eat the protein. Okay? And I get that maybe for somebody that is barely eating protein, and first of all, if you don't know, you need to track, figure out how much you're eating. And if you're somebody who I'm only eating 60 to 80 grams, how am I going to get up to 100, 120, 130? Because you should be eating about 1 gram per pound body weight. That's what I like. They struggle. They're like, I don't know how I'm going to get that much more protein in. Even my clients that I talk with every single day, they're still like, I'm struggling to get my protein. And I give them the tips, I share with them, but they have to utilize them, right? Here's the thing, as I could tell you what to do, but you have to actually take action. You have to actually do it, right? So what I did is I created something that could help you with that. So it's the Fat Loss Over 40 Plus Protein Bundle, because I want to take the guesswork out of it, right? Because people, if you're not me, who is a coach and who knows all the stuff and learns all the stuff, it's not something you want to think about. You won't have to go research and do other things. So right here is going to give you meal plans, recipes, snack ideas of how to just easily bump up your protein every single day, so you don't have to think about it, so you don't have to research. It's right there in that guide. And it gives you it shows you, the recipes show you how much protein you're getting in each recipe, so you know this meal is going to give me this much protein. And then you can add that throughout the course of the day, throughout your meals, and know if you're hitting your protein. Again, I recommend 100 grams or more, 100 grams minimum. But if you want to do 1 gram per pound body weight, it could be different for everybody. Figure that out. But at least you need to be getting a minimum of 100, okay? This is your starting point. For everything else, you really need to just focus on hitting your protein. Again, if anything, to maintain the muscle that you currently have so that you're not going to lose it. Okay, and especially if you are someone who is on a GLP-1 for weight loss. You're going to lose muscle even faster than you went through menopause. In menopause, you go from menopause to postmenopause in 1 day, let's say. So you're going to lose muscle so fast. So you need to make eating your protein a number 1 priority. And this can help, okay? You can find that link to the bundle in the comments below or in the show notes, or you can just message me the word protein and I will send it to you. If you're struggling to get your protein in, start here, right? Then, once you get your protein locked in, then it's time to do the next step. What's the next step? We're maintaining muscle, we're keeping what we have, we're eating the protein. Then we need to know that, excuse me, it's not all about the protein. You need to know what else you need to eat, when you need to eat those foods. Can you eat carbohydrates? When's the best time to eat them? You need to put all these things together, right? The training, the nutrition, the hormones, the gut health, the mindset. This is where you have real lasting transformation. This is what I did. I pieced these together to get myself to where I am today. And this is what my upcoming menopause, muscle, and fat loss program is going to be exactly all about. This is for the woman who is done trying all the things and getting nowhere. You've done all the things, you're not getting where. That's where I was stuck. You've tried dieting, you've added more workouts, you're going harder, you're eating less, you're cleaning, you're eating so clean, but you're just not seeing any progress. So you have to change things to start working with your body and with your hormones where they're at right now. And that could be some simple shifts. Maybe it's the workouts need to change a little bit. Maybe you're not eating enough protein. Maybe you're not eating enough carbohydrates. Maybe you're not timing them right around your workouts, right? So those are the things that we're going to focus on this in this new program that I have. We're going to focus on building metabolically active muscle, because that's what we want. That's going to burn fat. When I'm sitting in this chair doing this podcast, I'm burning more calories because I have more muscle, right? That's what we want. We're going to I'm going to teach you how to fuel your body with the right nutrition, right? To get the muscles stimulated, to heal the gut hormone connection, to create the lifestyle that supports you through this time. And we're going to move away from losing the weight to building the muscle to burn the fat, to transform our body, to tone our body, to change our body composition, and to make our clothes fit better, and to make us feel better. And guess what? Summer's right around the corner. This program is going to take you up into that summer month so that you can go into the summer feeling amazing in your body. You can wear those tank tops, you can wear those shorts, and you can feel good and confident in wearing them. And whatever you pull out of your closet, you're going to be able to put on, okay? And the best thing is, you're going to have me. I'm going to be right there with you through it all, making sure you get your questions answered, because how often do we start something and try to do something on our own and it doesn't work and we don't know why? Well, that's why you ask questions. I'm going to be there to help you solve those times when you get stuck, or maybe you need more support, whatever it may be. Because I want you to have the knowledge to get real results, real lasting results that are going to be sustainable, stuff that you can take with you for the next 6, 8, 12 months and continue making progress, right? So if you pick up that protein bundle that I talked about, you're also going to be added to the wait list to get more details on that program. This is going to be a beta coaching program. So this is the first time I've ever done this program, meaning it's going to be offered at a discounted rate because you guys are going to help me fine tune it. I'm going to learn from you what you need so that I can make it even better for the next group that I do. But it's only this one time it's going to be discounted. And I'm excited about it. I've never really done a workout muscle building program, and that's not all it's about. There's all the things, but this is going to be exciting and fun. I think it's going to be a really great program. And if you're somebody who wants to even to learn how to work out properly, this will be definitely for you as well. So if you want to learn more and you want to get more details when that comes out, sign up for that protein bundle. I'm going to be sending out details the second week of March, so just a couple weeks away. And again, check out the show notes or in the comments, or just reach out to me if you want to pick up that protein bundle. You will be automatically on that list and you will get more information as I start sending it out. So hopefully this was helpful. I just wanted you to know that, like, I really, even as someone who has been doing this for my whole life, like working out, eating pretty well, and doing all the things, I've learned so much over, like, every single year I learn something different. Every 10 years I learn something different about my life, about where I'm at. I'm now in my 50s. I'm sure in my 60s things are going to be a little bit different. And I want to take that education that I learned and share it with you, because I feel like that is what's going to help us all continue moving forward and thriving as we age. And that's what I want so much for all of us. So hopefully this was helpful, whether it was just the science around muscle loss or just kind of understanding why things may not be working, or knowing that, you know what, it's not you. You're not really doing anything wrong. You just may need to shift things just a little bit, okay? Because you deserve to feel amazing in your body. You really do. Strong, capable, confident, like those. Like I mentioned, I didn't realize how important it would be for me to feel strong until I started working out more, working out heavier and lifting heavier, and I feel so strong, and it's pretty amazing. It's pretty empowering, right? Anything's possible. You just have to find the right approach to make that happen. So if this was helpful for you and it resonated, you can share it with your friends, share it on social media, hit that share button, hit that like button, leave me a comment. I love all the things. I love the feedback. And if there's anything else you would love for me to talk about, please let me know that as well, because you giving me ideas is what helps me to educate and share with you the knowledge that I have. So like I mentioned, all the links below to get that protein bottle, or in the show notes, pick that up. Grab that, get started there, at least start adding and getting enough protein. And then, yeah, I promise that you're going to see some amazing results just from eating enough protein. Okay. And then I will see you next time. I hope this episode today resonated with you. And if it did, I would love for you to share it on your stories and tag me on Instagram or Facebook. A review would be appreciated too. Your reviews and shares not only help us to grow, but they give other women who are struggling through their menopausal years hope that they don't have to continue living the way that they do. Your questions and experiences are also so helpful in giving me subjects to talk about. So feel free to reach out to me anytime on Facebook or Instagram with anything. I would love to help.